Hey, Richard Beach here from SonicState.com. I'm at NAMM 2014 with Mike Dawes, virtuoso, incredible guitarist. Hopefully you've seen his stuff on YouTube, and if you haven't, check it out right now. We're going to have a little bit of a chat about what you're doing and what you got planned. So, first of all, NAMM is known for just general craziness, loud noises, loud costumes.
Yes.
Have you seen any of that so far?
I have. I've been here for about an hour so far, and it really is a flying visit. I've got to leave in about 2 more hours, but already I've seen things that cannot be unseen. People in Gua costumes. I've seen about 5 different incarnations of the band Kiss.
Really?
Around, yeah.
I haven't seen any of that yet. I've seen Gua, but
I think they're lurking down in the basement somewhere.
Okay, I'll go and take a look for that. So the reason you're here is because you're kind of sandwiching this in between 2 shows on your American tour, is that right?
Yeah, I'm out in the States at the moment with a tour called the International Guitar Night, which is a really, really cool tour set up by a chap named Brian Gore. And it's sort of Brian's sort of baby almost. He's been doing this tour for many, many years, and I'm out with an Italian guitarist, Pino Forestieri, and an Argentinian guitarist from Buenos Aires named Kike Sinesi. And we've been out for about 2 weeks so far and another 4 to go. So flying visit to NAMM between 2 shows makes for quite a busy day.
Yeah. So I guess I'm most interested to know how you actually started life as a guitarist, because it strikes me that your style of guitar playing would take a long time to master, and somebody like me who learned to play with a plectrum, does a bit of finger picking, I just really couldn't see how you would begin to develop that style, because it's so intricate.
Oh, thank you.
When did that start happening? Was that straight away when you started, or?
Well, when I started playing guitar, I was 12, and I was playing, electric guitar, like I guess most 12-year-olds.
Shredding, or?
Well, yeah, the Guns N' Roses covers,
yeah.
All of that stuff. But my family were very much. I had this connection with a great French guitarist named Pierre Bensusan, the master of dadgad tuning, fantastic player. And so I was always listening to his music on the side. Through that, I discovered a guy named Michael Hedges, and from that, at that kind of time, it was around 2006, and this website YouTube happened. You remember YouTube?
I think I heard of it a while back.
It was a fad. It came and went. But a lot of great players on a label called Candy Rat, which I'm actually a part of now, sort of became very apparent, and I was seeing all these videos all the time. A friend introduced me to a guy named Eric Roche, and then I guess from then until now, it's just been I've been solely focused on fingerstyle, and almost obsessed to the point of having no social life. But
so how often do you practice now that you're on tour? Is it a lot of it just performing and rehearsing?
Yeah, I mean, the practicing right now is sort of in the dressing room, and it's just rehearsing for the set.
Yeah.
And then the home practice is more composition based. So I guess I sort of learn new things about the guitar through various compositional avenues that you sort of take, during the process. But there's no more, playing for 9 hours a day in your bedroom trying to get that Joe Satriani song just right. None of that. But yeah, so when I can, not a lot, not too much.
Especially when you're walking around NAMM, you hear a lot of guitarists who are, technically very adept at playing guitar, but maybe not so compositionally adept, if compositionally is a phrase. So how do you kind of begin to envisage the way that the composition is going to go? Because a lot of your stuff tends to build and ends up quite epic, and that...
Epic, that's an interesting choice of words.
Okay. Why is that?
Well, I don't know. That's a really interesting choice of words. Not in the sort of modern, epic.
Yeah,
epic
I don't mean
fail concept, but
in
I've always been interested in very sort of silly, explosive, over-the-top music. The big prog rock operas and things like that. So maybe that's had an influence in that side of the playing. Again, coming from an electric guitar background and playing a lot of this sort of symphonic rock stuff. Some of that's rubbed off, I think, but every composition starts with a different approach. It can be from something really, in here, something that you just have to write about, even though there are no words. All the songs are about something. I think that's what a lot of people can miss, especially with instrumental music. So all the songs are about something, and I don't know. Sometimes the guitar tuning can inspire composition as well. A lot of my pieces are in different tunings, and I mean, the tour that I'm on, Pino Forestieri from Italy, he told me he plays in about 56 different tunings.
How does he remember?
I have no idea. I think every song is in a different tuning, and
wow.
And if him, for example, he writes on the piano. You know, he's not a piano player, but he'll hit keys, find a melody, hit keys, find a bass line, and then work it out. And then the tuning is built around that. So I do some of that as well. You know, I've done, I think 2 pieces have started on the piano, but mostly it's hearing the melody, hearing the bass line, and then finding a tuning that will allow you to play it.
Great. And for anyone who kind of wants to emulate your style, or begin to play like that, you offer clinics, and do you do video lessons online?
Yeah, I teach on Skype and when I'm not touring, and I also do on-tour lessons, one-to-one lessons, so I have some people at the hotel occasionally. Cool. But I've also just released an app for iOS devices, for iPhone and iPads, which is, I guess, from the ground up sort of interpretation on percussive acoustic guitar, and that's just available on iTunes. But I've got to mention that, you know, this style of playing, in the sense of playing the steel string acoustic guitar in perhaps an unusual way, is nothing that I've done new. You know, I suppose all the compositions and perhaps arrangement techniques might be individual, but things like, you know, two-handed tapping on an acoustic guitar, that can be traced back a very, very long time.
This app, is that the Mike Dawes app then? What is that called?
At the moment, it's the Mike Dawes. Yeah, it's called Percussive Acoustic Guitar with Mike Dawes. Okay. But if you just type in Mike Dawes into iTunes, it'll pop up.
Did you build that yourself? Or?
It did. Well, it was with a developer called, a company called Leafcutter Studios, based in England, and they approached me, and I provided the content, and they, I guess, went to work in the little studio to build the thing, and it's come out great. I couldn't be happier with it. I'm really happy that it's sort of applicable to anyone. You know, it starts from really, really basic stuff, but then the final exercises are very, very complex. Right. And it's really cool. You can actually slow down all the exercises, look at the tab, and slow down the real audio to like 20 BPM through to 200 BPM, and work through it at your own pace. But it's the real audio. Yeah, it's really. I don't know how that's possible. It's one of those things like the new Melodyne. I think it's done with Witchcraft.
Witchcraft, you know? Yeah. DSP Witchcraft.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, what have you got planned for the rest of the year? Is it more touring?
Loads, yeah. I kind of got the touring bug in April when I released my album, April 2013, and I've been on the road ever since, to the point of actually moving out of my flat. So I don't actually live anywhere.
Live on the road?
Yeah, pretty much. So I finished this tour, I go straight home for a week, do a show in the UK, in Cardiff, which is going to be my only UK show for a while, so I hope to see some of you there. Then I'm going to Greece to do a clinic and workshop in Athens, straight to Germany to do several shows, one with Igor Presniakov and the guitar and Zauber and Grossroheim, then a week tour in China, then we come back, I take a month off to do writing, and then there's another 6-week tour which will be announced very soon. That'll be a US tour, details of which will be out when I get home.
And you organised all of this yourself?
Yeah, to a point. I mean, everything works in a slightly different way, but I'm kind of a one-man operation.
So you seem like the kind of new crop of musicians who need to have every skill at their disposal, rather than just being a good musician or a good writer.
It's a really, really hard time, I think, but at the same time, it's a fantastic time and an exciting time, because the power is with the musician. Right. If you want to do something, you can. That's what it comes down to. It might be quite a lot of effort. I mean, nothing in music is effort really, because we do it because we love it. Yeah. But there's so much at your fingertips. If you want to book a tour, you can do that. If you want to, you don't necessarily have to go out and fly postal lampposts like back in the early days. Yeah. But it's very stressful but very exciting.
Cool. Okay, finally then, just to wrap up, how long are you going to be growing the beard for?
Until the day I die.
Brilliant. Mike, it's a pleasure. We've been trying to organise this interview for such a long time.
Well, we actually live fairly close to each other in the UK, but now we've finally met in California.
Yeah, there was a time where I lived in Cardiff and you came to Cardiff.
Yeah,
it didn't quite work out.
I think there was a big night was involved, and plans kind of fell through or something.
That will be what happens to me tomorrow, I think, after the big night tonight.
Yeah, so, the last big night of NAMM tonight, I think,
So yeah, this is brilliant. Thanks for your time, and enjoy the rest of NAMM.
Thank you. Yeah, brilliant. The rest of the hour or so.
Enjoy the rest of your hour at NAMM.
Yeah, great to meet you.
For more videos on guitar, tech, everything you can imagine, sonicstate.com. We also have live blogs running through NAMM, so check that out as well. I've been Richard Beach. This man has been Mike Dawes. Thank you very much.